What's up, guys? It's Tyler or Mars.
What's good? What's good? What's good? It's Marcus or Pink.
What up? What up? It's Charles or Chuck.
What's going on? It's Hazmatt. That was eerie, I gotta say. And we are excited to have you on today, Ty. Thanks for coming through.
What's
Special
up?
guest Mars. Always great to see you, my man. Always great to see you. We got a stacked episode today. I gotta prepare for this episode. Hold on, guys. Could you just
Oh,
nice.
my
1 minute?
goodness.
We're gonna be here.
Real
All right.
quick.
Oh, 2. Okay. All right. Good to go.
When did you start playing Fox, dude?
Whew. Yeah. Dude, you know what's insane is I started doing that just because I realized I stare at my computer all day, like for work and then gaming, and I was like, I should probably have some eye drops. So I started doing it, and then I saw him do it during the tournament. And everyone was talking about it. I was like, I know exactly what I want to open the podcast up with. I already had the eyes sitting right here, bro. It was perfect. I was like doing it, and then I looked, and Kaninabe was doing it. I was like, something going on here. What's going on, everyone? It's good to see y'all, especially Mars, of course. Special guest. Glad to have you back in the building. But first, before we talk about how everyone's doing, Charles, I'm throwing it to you to shill. Come on. Tell the people what's up.
All right. So a lot of things happened this weekend. Obviously, we're going to jump into port. But before we jump into port, a lot of news for Watch the Throne. Unfortunately, Proto Banham could not make it to the event. So, Tarek got so close in the voting phase. So we opted to go along and invite Tarek and have him take Proto Banham's spot. So Tarek is going to be at Watch the Throne. Super excited about that. And as well as Port Priority was a qualifier, and the player qualifying for that is Ken. So Ken qualified, getting 4th at Port Priority. Insane run. I mean, to qualify for this event, we thought a lot of players were going to have to maybe play, a tiebreaker at 5th or 7th. Maybe we're even thinking like, man, there might be a 4-way tiebreaker at 9th. Right? We have no idea. It depends on how well the top seeds did. But a lot of top seeds got upsetted. So Ken was able to make the run, get 4th. So really, really awesome stuff for Watch the Throne coming up. And of course, our bonus Patreon content this week with Mars is going to be talking about balancing life and balancing Smash. I think it's something everyone can relate to if you play Smash, how you balance that between your life. So that's going to be the bonus content with Mars. And if you want to support the show, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe on all platforms. Rate us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. And is that it? Yeah. And or use the Patreon. That's the best way to support us directly is Patreon. So yeah, now we can get into port. And if you guys are wondering why Tweek's not here, he just wasn't feeling too good. So unfortunate stuff. But the show must go on. And I got to say, there was one hell of a show this weekend at Port Priority 8. I mean, top 10 players, every single one of them. 10 out of 10 top 10 players, all there. And it was just extremely stacked. And God, I don't even know where to start, but I feel like we could probably start going from like first place and then kind of going lower. Or do you guys want to do it the reverse way where we talk about like some of the upsets that happened in top 128 and in top 32?
Usually, as we talk through an episode, I feel like we get shorter and shorter on our topics, and I feel like we need to give Sonix his roses, his flowers, bro, because what a fucking tournament for an incredible player, someone who one of the best mentals and grind sets I've ever seen in Smash, period. Like from beginning to end, like just playing all the time, online a lot too. I mean, we see him in the coin boxes, we see him all over the place. It's funny because who else I thought of when he won was Cappy Tencito, because I also think that you need a good rival to really push you and make you do better. And those guys, they be talking shit to each other all the time, and it really brought the best out in him. So shout out to Sonix. Wins over. Here we go. Mia times 2. Kola, Pocket, who also had a great tournament, by the way. Big D, which was last hit game 5. Incredible set.
Yeah, that was a good set.
That was a banger. Naito Sharp, and then it gets into after that was top 128. So yeah, dude, what a lineup right there. Especially those final sets, like beating Mia and Kola in an event. I can't even remember the last time someone did that. Probably Spargo, right?
Spargo and Kaguribi, yeah.
It's Kaguribi, sure. So
doesn't happen often.
No, hell no.
Yeah, and I mean, Sonix always talked about how strong he feels like Sonic does against Steve. Steve, a character, obviously, a lot of people think that this character is the best, to the point where, TOs have agreed to be able to ban this character and still have it count towards rankings, right? So, I mean, obviously a very, very strong character, but even look, I think we only in top 32 maybe had 2 Steves, Pocket and Kola, and then even within top 8, obviously only 1 Steve. So very interesting results there, and I love the counterplay we saw from Sonix. Obviously, we're not seeing the Steves do all the crazy technical nil stuff. I doubt we'll even get to the point in the game where they can do that, right? Like that's very technical stuff. And obviously, when you're in high pressure situations, you kind of just tend to go for the simple stuff. But the way Sonix dealt with blocks was so good. He would down tilt the blocks right at tipper range, and he would make sure to hit the side that he's on to. So the only way a Kola could possibly hit that is if a Kola read exactly when he was going for the down tilt and went for a dash attack, or if a Kola was right up next to the blocks, maybe a forward smash to try and hit the hurt box. But that involves Sonix reading the down tilt, like knowing exactly when and where the down tilt is and just getting the hard read of when Sonix is going to throw it out. So the way Sonix dismantled blocks, and it was crazy too, because I know Tweek has said this in terms of like early meta strategies against Steve, where it's just like, well, let Steve mine all they want. Like you can't stop it at the end of the day. Trying to force the issue is never the case. I think Sonix did exactly that. I still am under the impression that I think Steve is at his absolute weakest right at the start of the match. So if your character is like Fox or Sonic or just really quick, you can try to force some openings. If those first couple interactions go well for you, go for it. Try to take him down. He's only putting dirt down. It's the lowest health block that he can put down, right? He only spawns in with 2 iron. The weapon is the least strongest weapon available, right? So, and the minecart isn't empowered. So it's easier to react to minecart because it's not empowered with the gold and redstone, right? So I think you go for those first couple interactions with Steve. If they work out, try to snowball it. If they don't, you just have to play late game Steve. You just have to let him get all his diamonds, just play it slow. And Sonic is privileged as a character, and Sonic does believe that Sonic the character beats Steve. It's a good match for him. And I think the reason is because Sonic only needs to take out one specific block to activate his offense. So he only needs to take out the very bottom block. So once he takes out the bottom block, Steve has to deal with spin dash. So these characters like Steve, Snake, stuff like that, these are characters that are like, I don't care what you do, like when you're thinking about matchups, right? I don't care what you do. You're playing my game. And I think Sonic is the only character in the game that you can't force Sonic out of his game. And even in this matchup, Sonic, all he has to do is take out the bottom block. And it's like, I don't give a fuck that you can build all these blocks and make a playground and mine all this bullshit. Like, this bottom block's gone. You have to deal with spin dash. And I don't care what character you are in the game, it's impossible, or not impossible, but it's like extremely difficult to deal with spin dash, right?
Yeah.
So that on top of the fact that Steve can struggle against at least faster characters. It's like fast characters that get a lot off of taking out certain blocks. I don't think you just have to be fast. Like there's other conditions you have to meet. But yeah, I mean, the way Sonix played around Steve, he kind of freed up a Kola. I'm not
Dude, he made him look lost.
Yeah,
Because they were all two stocks, right?
You know?
Rather
It
foolish.
was 3 2-stocks in a row. So
Yeah,
extremely dominant performance against the best player in the world. And honestly, I think Sonix had a favorable bracket. So there was 2 Foxes in this bracket, 2 top-level Foxes, which is like a new thing, I guess. But like, so we know that there's a Fox. This confirms that Kaninabe is not just a Fox player that can do well in Japan. This is a Fox player that can perform on the global stage. And I know there's some Japanese players that can kind of struggle making that transition from playing at home. And then like the fact that Kaninabe did this was like just crazy because, I mean, you have to deal with jet lag and all this other stuff, right? But the Sonix did not have to deal with any Fox players or Aegis players. I think off the top of my head, those are probably the only 2 matchups where I'll be like, okay, Sonix, these are 2 matchups that Sonic loses. I can't think of any others,
Pac-Man.
but maybe Pac-Man. Okay, yeah. Shout outs to DD.
That's the first thing I think of, dude. But I'm
Yeah, I
like, how
guess
do you
Pac-Man.
beat Sonic? And I'm like, all right, DD, Pac-Man. Yeah. Just throw
Yeah,
tiny
I'm
on
not
him.
back, yeah.
Yeah, you just time him out. But
So you want to play like this? Okay.
Fight
I'm
back,
down.
yeah.
but yeah,
I got all day.
Sonic might have the best matchup spread in the game. I'm not too sure, but it's very close. I don't think
It's up there.
Sonic has to worry about too many matchups, but the Aegis / Fox / Pac-Man players are like really the only ones he's got to worry about. So yeah, I mean,
Well-
I'm very interested to see Sonic's moving forward and how he deals with those specific matchups that give him trouble.
Even speaking of Aegis, Sonic, I mean, can beat Spargo for the first time ever in that matchup. Like, it's definitely who knows how the bracket would have broken down if that
Oh my
hadn't
God,
happened.
yeah.
It's just ridiculous. Isn't that insane? It's the
That was
first time.
Crazy.
I think they're
stuff
four.
that is.
I think they're 4-1 now. Like 4 Spargo, 1 Ken, which is just ridiculous. And not to hop off talking about Sonix yet because he played so well, but I think the number one thing I saw was his positioning. Like Charles said, far enough away from the blocks to break him and threaten. Positioning off stage, setting up the spring, like threatening Steve off stage, like positioning high to cover minecart and then springing, so when he goes low, he has to deal with that, and then ledge trapping. Like, he was just playing so well. And you talked about the speed of Sonic and being able to position and move around Anvil at a disadvantage. Like, I thought he played so well. Ty, you restreamed the event, right? What did you see when it came to those sets specifically? Or I think probably another really interesting one is how he played against Mia, who is becoming, dude, I think Mia's like gunning for the #1 spot 100%. He's like right there. So
yeah,
I don't know. What'd you see, Ty?
I mean, like, specifically, since we're talking about Sonix versus Kola, I feel like Sonix didn't even really do anything too crazy. He kind of just made Kola very uncomfortable and then capitalized on his mistakes. He didn't like force any situations except when he would like spin dash out of the corner, which that's like pretty low commitment. It's you're not gonna be able to keep Sonic cornered, right? But it was just mostly punishes coming out from Sonix, and that's where he specializes, is just like maximizing damage per opening and getting a lot of edge guards, which like he managed to get a lot of early stocks. Like I remember the very last one, he gets like a spring back air on a Cola's like high up.
That last sequence was so clean.
Dude, it's like orchestrated. It was way too fucking good.
Yeah, it was the stock. It was the last stock of Game 3.
Yeah.
One of the most like interesting things about Steve is most characters, they have a way to deal with him like kind of high. Like if he goes like a little high, it's like, okay, the minecart's coming, I'm just gonna like full hop or double jump back air or something like that. But eventually Steve just starts going higher and higher, right? Like to the point where it's like I'm minecarting all the way off screen, you can't see me. But Sonic actually has a way to deal with that, which was kind of like throwing me for a loop because I'm so used to them just going like super high and being invincible. But jump, spring, back air, like you're at the top of the screen. So that was one thing that I think made Kola super, super uncomfortable. Is it felt like no matter where he got hit off stage, that he would take more damage. And I know that that's like a luxury that Steve kind of has. Just I'm probably gonna get hit, but like I really don't have to play out disadvantage too well, so I'm not that scared to get hit. But it actually looked like Kola was scared to get hit. Like he was like, "Oh snap! Like if I get hit, like I can't go low. I'm getting spring. I can't go high. I'm getting spring back air. Like where do I go?" So that's something that's really interesting because I don't think I've ever seen, except for when maybe Kola plays Mia. I don't really think I've seen him scared to get hit. You know?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a luxury Steve has, right? Like your reversal from disadvantage, especially with iron, especially if you have like the gold and the redstone for the powered up minecart. It's just like, oh, I lost neutral. Cool. Like you better fear for your stock. I'm trying to reversal for the stock or reversal for a bunch of damage. But yeah, I mean, I think Mia and Sonix, I think their characters give them the privilege to do that to Steve. Obviously, like not every character has these amazing tools. Like Sonic up B is an insane move. Like it drops a projectile downward. You can act out of it.
It's just so funny to say.
You have a crazy directional air dodge that you can do after the spring. Oh, and your air dodge is frame too, by the way. Like so, you have best frame dodge or air dodge frame data out there, and your directional air dodge is long, and you have like some crazy ass aerials to get edge guards with. You can go low, react to someone going high, just spring up and kick them in the face. Like it is crazy to see a character like Sonic being optimized, and you're just like, wow, these moves are just insanely broken. Obviously you still need to have a consistent pilot, but like I'm just someone that loves Smash, and watching characters get optimized like this is so crazy. And like,
did you see him doing up B back air confirms? What in the world is that?
Yeah, dude,
up air, spring back air. It's like,
like what?
Bro, his conversion game was so good this week. Like, it's always good, obviously. Like, one of the best things about him as a player. But, dude, it was insane. It was very, very impressive, obviously.
Like
damn, dude.
How does that make sense? Like, he's, like, sending the projectile down and going up, but then the projectile hits him and he can still fall down and back air you like that. I don't know. What?
I think
fucked up.
The way
that's not fair.
Sometimes the way I think of like Sonic's gameplay, or like not his gameplay, but like I compare him to Light in the way that like whenever they get an opening, it's like extremely meaningful, and they always get their best combo started, and they always manage to force an insane amount of damage out of any opening. Like I think on average, whenever Light like opened up Kaninabe, he did like 70%, and then like it didn't matter like what the opener was or like where on the stage it like hit him, and that's how I feel about Sonic's like what we just saw right there, where he just got that like rising up air. Like there's so many situations where that happens and he capitalizes and gets like 50 damage off of it.
Yeah. Him and Light, they both be up airing you, that's for sure. Like
They be up airing.
1,000%. They do be up airing. And speaking of up airing, we got to talk about the new Fox. We can't call it new.
Wait.
I mean,
I want to talk
all right.
one more talking point on
trying
Sonic.
to change the subject to Fox, Charles. I can't believe you're stopping me right now. This is ridiculous.
Yeah, Fox is cringe now. There's 2 Foxes that
no longer cool.
So not cool anymore. Broken character, not cool. But
Clip it.
I do want to say that I did not want to see Sonic's flub 2 majors in a row. So I think that was also something, the fact that he closed it out, because he was winner side grands at Miami, and then Spargo came back and won the whole thing, right? Winner side here, this tournament, that could have happened again. And then you don't want to be known as the person that just chokes from winner side grands, right?
Choke champ.
Yeah, exactly. Especially when he beat the players already to get there. So, shout outs to Sonix, because he held it down. Mia got the reset, and Mia is obviously insanely fucking good. So, Mia getting the reset, getting the momentum from that into that second set, and Sonix still being able to close it out, like, good shit. That's amazing.
Definitely. And that was and you're right, Charles. We shouldn't jump around too much, because we got to talk about the Misters consistency from Japan, Mia and Kola. Just ridiculous performances from these two, obviously, in a tournament where so many people who were projected to end up in top 8 or top 16 and just did not do that. They're still second and third. Obviously, both of them were favorites to win the tournament, but they only lost to, Kola only lost to Mia, and Mia only lost to Sonix. Like, there's one common denominator here. And I saw a lot of people talking about how they just weren't playing the matchup super well, or with a ton of knowledge. So you better believe that they're going to come back swinging for Sonix next time they face each other in bracket. But we always got to shout those two out, because they're just incredibly consistent in a game that has been. It's, as we go on more and more, it just seems harder and harder and harder to be consistent at this game. So shout out to those two for always putting the work in and always being on that winner's podium. Every weekend we talk about them. If it's not first, it's second and first, or second, third, whatever. So I can't even remember the last time Mia got third off the top of my head. It's been a while, I think.
Yeah, I mean,
I can't think of anything.
His losers finals are higher for that guy. So.
Yeah, since SmashCon, basically. Well, SmashCon was third.
Yeah, it was at Smash. It might have been SmashCon. There was this one Japan tournament where he lost winners finals to Akola, and then he lost losers finals to Ron the Yoshi.
Oh, that's right.
Oh yeah, there's a couple tournaments back to back where he would lose in winners finals and then just lose in losers finals, right? I know that happened once or twice. Okay, Chris, could we pull up the tweet? The Sonic.
Oh god, the Sonic's winning.
That? Okay,
bro,
yes.
That was the other thing about this tournament.
Is so much great tweets, right? I was
gonna say, the other thing about this tournament, Twitter was on fire this weekend. If I ever had to take a break from watching and I just hopped on Twitter real quick, I was like, this shit is hilarious. It's the Homelander looking surprised that the crowd is cheering for him.
He's smiling.
Sonic,
it's
just
music playing in the background.
Oh
yeah, the music. Yeah, I know. Yeah, he gets, dude. Yeah, and if you've seen The Boys and you know the context of that scene, it's very, very, very funny. I won't spoil it though for anyone who hasn't. But yeah, and I mean, it is what it is, right? I mean, that's where we're at right now. And Sonix was the only NA rep in top 3, top 4. Would it 5th? Yeah, top 4. So, yeah, crazy stuff, man. Just ridiculous. Yeah, Twitter was on fire this week. Not in a bad way. It was just on fire like NBA Jam. There's so many hilarious tweets, but
yeah,
it was a good time. We can talk about the Foxes now. Go ahead, Charles. You go off. Go ahead. You were there. I know how excited you were.
What makes them different, man?
I was so excited to hear both of y'all perspectives on this, especially because Tyler has played against Light for half his life. So
I have opinions.
I think Kaninabe actually has a more optimized true combo game. So you'll see a lot of in a sense where it's he'll do landing nair drill, sour dash attack, up smash, stuff like that. And Light will do that kind of stuff too. And I feel like where Light shines, I hate when I say that.
It was Kaninabe doing the shines. He was doing
right. The shine out of shield, yeah. But where Light's strength is the reset. So there's a lot of times where it's Light will get a dash attack, and instead of going nair into, so you can get dash attack at lower mid percents, go into nair, and then try to get another dash attack nair or another like dash attack into something else, right? If you don't want to go in nair and you want something more reliable, you do angled up forward tilt, and then you go back into a dash attack. So Light's really good at the angled up forward tilt combos. But Light will, most of this tournament, I saw him go dash attack up tilt reset. So because of that, I think Light is really good at setting up reset scenarios and OSing his opponent from the reset scenarios. Either go for a shield, like a flicker, or Light is so good at conditioning you in those specific moments. So when he gets a read on you on a reset scenario, you're fucked because he's getting an up air. So that's why I think Light. And I also thought Light's offstage game was pretty strong in the mirror and throughout the tournament too. I think Kaninabe showed some good edge guarding as well against Tweek in the Diddy matchup, but I think Diddy's, I don't want to say easier to edge guard, but essentially once you put Diddy into barrels, Fox running off and nairing barrels is pretty like that. It's the layup at that point, right?
Free,
but Kaninabe was able to set up those scenarios pretty well, catching like some high jumps and stuff. So yeah, I guess it's wrong for me to say that Kaninabe has a better true combo game. I just feel like they combo off specific moves better than each other. And I think Kaninabe combos really well off of like sour hit dares at not up smash %. So he knows how to like get a sour nair and do like one additional thing to put you into the up smash, right? Like, so sour nair, drill, up smash, it can add like 8 to 10 damage, put you in the up smash kill range. And like, I've seen him get stocks like that, where he just adds the 8% and it matters, right? Whereas Light might go, but Light is stronger I think Light's stronger after dash attack, and he gets like dash attack and he'll reset you after dash attack and make it, instead of just like a 20-30% combo, he'll get the reset and make it like 80 damage because he puts you on a platform, or he just calls out your jump with up air, right? So that's like from what I've seen. I need to see more of it because I've seen Kaninabe play in Japan, but the playstyle was so different. So seeing it here, it was a lot easier to tell the differences between the two because they're both competing in the same tournament. And then they also like diddled each other, which was fucking crazy. Like, I don't even think Light and Pasiriman have ever mirrored each other.
Nope.
So this was the first. It took us 5 years of Ultimate, or almost, like we're almost at the 5-year mark in about a month or so, to get a top level Fox Diddle. So it was super fucking fun to watch. I wish it was last stock game 5, but Light did a really good job of like taking the lead and running away with it. The Fox mirror itself, it's so funny because I usually wouldn't say that being better at the Fox mirror will prove that you're the best Fox, but in this specific scenario, in this specific tournament, it did. So
Light definitely disagrees with you. Yeah, 1,000 parents. He grabbed the camera like a Street Fighter character, you know?
Oh yeah. He was looking at the camera like shaking.
Yeah. That shit was dude.
Guys.
I fucking love that guy. Ty, what'd you see? Obviously, you've seen everything Paris has ever done as a Fox. What did you see in the Ditto and how they played against each other?
And they both play Smash Stick. I asked Light if Pasiriman plays Tilt or Smash Stick. They both play Smash Stick.
Kaninabe,
such a nerd question to ask.
Charles like with his fingers, like, does he play Smash?
Should I change my controls? Should I
play Tilt Stick? Does he play Smash Stick? It looks Smash Stick, but
you're a Game & Watch player now, Charles. It's over.
Yeah, shit! In the building.
Dude, I hear Charles just clicking away the stick. I'm like, up B doesn't make that much noise, Charles. I don't know what you're doing. Go ahead. All right, go ahead, Ty. Sorry.
Okay. So you were complimenting Kaninabe's like combo game and stuff with like some of his routes, and I do agree that like when his combos hit, it goes crazy, right? You got like the dash tag down air, dash tag down air. You know what I'm talking about. He goes crazy when it works. The nerdy shit. I saw him take so much damage and lose stocks because he would go for those combos and just completely drop them. And then he would just like get exposed. Like if you watch some of the Tweek sets, like he just like, I don't know. I feel like he gave up a lot of free damage. Like I wasn't really that impressed with a lot of his like early percent, like maneuvers, we'll call them. But like, I feel like he was really good at getting a lot of stray hits. Whereas like I said, like if I get hit by Light, I know what's about to happen. Like I know I'm going to have to guess for my life 3 times in a row. And if I lose the Mario Party minigame, it's on to the next game. It's just over.
I'll say too, it was nice seeing Light have to fight against his own tricks. Like he did, Light literally did neutral get up into late dash attack. I was like, bro, off the ledge. I was like, bro, come on. Like, you can't do that.
Dude, how many times did Kaninabe get away with fucking forward air and down air from ledge? It was like 95% of the time his options, and people got hit by it. Like we've never played Light before. Are you serious? I was so disappointed in like how people were playing against Kaninabe.
Yeah,
Light
here,
Light was too.
I know, and it
He was
worked. That's
getting
the worst
pissed.
part. They're both fucking stupid. What is wrong with it?
dude. Okay, here's my question. Here's what I thought about Kaninabe's Fox, especially when they're playing against each other, and just watching Kaninabe throughout the tournament in the last couple weeks and months is. Who do you think has a better recovery with Fox? Do you think
Oh,
it's Light or
Kaninabe free.
I think
I think
Kaninabe's
so
recoveries are
too.
better.
I think they're brilliant because I would
Yeah.
literally watch him charge Firefox. I'd be like, oh, I know where he's going because I've seen Light. Like, he has 2 angles he can go. And then he would just do this random third one. I'm like, what the hell? Like,
The most
where did that
impressive
come from?
one was against Tweek when he's on the left side. He starts up to Firefox, and then he does a mangle, but then he ends up on the right side of the left platform,
Yes, I
like
remember
right
that
there.
one.
And I like reeled back. I was like, "What the fuck? That was so good." Like, because the amount of area you're covering, like Firefox is a very respectable hitbox. Like that, the move is very overtuned. It should not be like as strong as it is. Like the hitbox is too big. Like that's why Fox is pretty strong right now. Is not a lot of characters can edge guard Firefox specifically, but setting up in a high scenario like that, where you can clip a lot of tall characters and stuff. Like Tweek didn't get hit, but he safely made it back to the platform and was able to shield. Like that's crazy.
Yeah. He would like also randomly like hold down. Like if he saw someone was trying to 2-frame him and he like would react to them messing up the timing, he would hold down on the Firefox and clip them. And then he would just get staged for free because he hit him with Firefox. One thing that I saw in the Ditto, because I think we had mentioned that earlier, was like the money maker for Light, because low percent in that Ditto, you could probably vouch, Charles, but low percent in that Ditto is pretty whack because everything's just negative on hit and you get
half your
for
move.
it.
You can't use half your moves.
Yes,
You
but
can grab, you can jab, you can down tilt. Like,
yeah.
that's kind of it.
But he would just do run up forward air for like the beginning of all of Kaninabe's stocks, and they would almost always hit. And that's just like he never had to deal with that like low percent stupidity because he would just always hit the forward airs. One thing that also made me really happy that Light was doing is he would F tilt Kaninabe while he was cornered. Like Kaninabe would try to like just run through him or like call out a jump. He would just F tilt him back into the corner. I like that. That's because what I do to Light. I feel like he low-key, it's inspired by me. You know what I mean?
Inspired by Mars.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think he said that actually after the tournament. He was
Wait, did he really?
Yeah, dude, definitely. Yeah. Anyway, dude, the other thing was, man, just watching them play so fast and watching the Fox tricks to other Foxes, like Light, like pump faking with like a short hop fastball and then up smash after he air dodge. I was like, dude, it's so sick, man. It was so good. Like they both played great, honestly.
Dude, he was scared dodging.
Dude, how's it feel? How's it feel, guys? How does it?
Yeah,
it sucks, right?
Yeah.
You're getting up aired by Fox and he's on a platform. Do I want to take 80 more? Or do I want to get up smash and die? I don't know. Like it sucks either
You
way.
can go to the ledge and they can spam Nair, and you can get hit by Nair eventually. That's always an option.
Watching Hurt get ledge trapped by Light was also pretty
Light was
players?
very shameless that set, and
Light was playing correctly. Hurt was shameless. He was like, "You won't do it an 8th time in a row." All right, yeah, he will.
Like Light was just spamming Nair at ledge. I mean, there was mix-ups with it, but Hurt got hit by so much Nairs, and Light was just like, "I'm not changing it up until you prove to me that you can deal with Nair at ledge, and if you can't, like, you're just gonna have to take all this free damage."
So Light was like down. I was like, oh man, like ain't no way all of us about to being losers. And then there was just this moment where I was like, he's down this game, and he's down in the set, but I'm pretty sure he wins because once the grabs start landing, he always says this, and most people says once the grabs start landing, it's over, bro. Like you can't beat Light if he starts grabbing you. Like if he grabs you and does like forward throw and then does like full hop, empty land, grab you again, pack it up. Just pack it up. That next stock, like maybe next game. And then that ledge trapping started happening. I was like, oh yeah, it's definitely over. Like he can't get off the ledge. And that's all Light really needs is to be right like 3 or 4 times in a row, and his confidence just goes through the roof. He's like, yeah, all right, I win.
Yeah, all combos are now true.
Yep, everything is now true. You are dead every time I touch you. It's over. So that was super sick to see because sometimes Light does this thing where he kind of like full egos, like I'm just that much better than you, so whatever I do is gonna work, and then it's not working, and then he slowly dials it back and like starts playing correctly and takes like with the ledge trapping, he just took the Nairs over and over again, got the percent, waited for them to do something stupid, then took the stock. Like But when he's in full ego mode, he's like, I'm just gonna up smash 6 times in a row and it's gonna work. And it doesn't work. I'm prepared for him to lose. That's my cats, bro. It just they're fighting.
I know what it is. Yeah.
Big light fan.
I mean,
It's all
the people need to know what it is.
Oh, true. Yeah, watch. Yeah, no worries, audio only listeners. It's just the cat. Yeah. So we covered 2 Sonics in top 8, 2 Foxes, and now we got to get to it. 2 Peaches, man. That was great. Shout out to MuteAce consistency recently. Really, really good stuff. Many top 8s under his belt at some of the biggest tournaments on the biggest stages. So, what'd y'all think?
I didn't watch it.
What? It's a great
Ditto?
song.
Dude, I
Peach
don't.
Ditto sounds so whack. No,
I'm not gonna
it
hold
is,
you.
well, yeah, but
uh,
again, it's like Fox. Like,
I
how does
thought
it
was
feel
fun.
like to get down to
hold.
take
I
90?
want to hear Marcus's opinion because I'm pretty sure he
Oh.
agrees with me.
I tuned in and out. Yeah.
Yeah, you tuned it out. You said I'm not watching that.
Yeah, like I was like, dang, all these hype sets been happening. What's next?
Oh,
This might be a little while.
I'm sweet.
This might be. I can come back in like 2 minutes. The first game's probably still happening, so I'll just come
stock
back.
one's done.
Yeah, I'll come back every 2 minutes and be like, oh, okay, this is what's happening. I didn't like truly watch. I was actually like in full shock anyway that Mute made it that far because they were not saying that they were doing. But I feel like at this point, low key, that's the Mute special. Where like, it's like,
Absolutely.
bro, I'm playing like trash. Let's see how far I make it today. Oh, I made top 8. How did I do that? Like,
Hands hurt into top 8 appearance. Yeah, that's the Mute classic.
I want to witness whatever happens to Mute where he's like, I'm playing bad. Like he just like doesn't get a 0 to death off a turnip toss, and he's just like, I'm playing trash, guys. I should drop out the tournament. It's like, no, what?
That's how Light be. He'll be like I'm not playing well today, and I'm like, all right, man. And then there it is.
I know what it is for him though. It's when he misses like an up air. He'll get it like a up tilt up air that's supposed to be true. He'll miss it, and he'll be like, I don't know. I should have never came here. It's like, okay.
He's ordering his flight back home right now.
Yeah, I might just have to catch a flight.
He's checking prices.
I thought the Peach Ditto was very fun to watch.
I liked it too. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, like Peach, because when I think about Peach and other Smash games, it's like a little slower pace comparatively to the rest of the cast and stuff like that. And Peach feels like one of the faster characters in this game just because of how float works. You know what I mean? And how much more pressure orientated Peach is with aerials in this game, and how like 0 to deathy or like 0 to 80 to 90 you can do with like a turn up. So you kind of fade back, set up turn up, and then in the mirror they were like stealing each other's turn ups, which was really cool. And then we got to see like at least who had more technical prowess within the set and stuff like that. So I thought it was cool. And then the edge guarding, even though Peach has a great recovery because of float and stuff like that, there was counterplay. We saw Umeki seal out 2 stocks with the neutral B reverse neutral B, so because Parasol is so close that you can ride the stage up. So Umeki actually had to run off and B reverse, and then you can, after you B reverse, you can reverse it again to decide which way it shoots. So you're like, it's cool. I think there's a lot of little treats within the set, and even though it was a mirror, it was really fun.
I will say I did watch the end of like the last game where he did like Umeki made that crazy comeback where he used the Toad against the Parasol. I was like, oh damn. And it was at like a really early percent. I was shocked that Mute died at whatever percent he died at.
It was like 90 something after the hit. I was very surprised too.
I didn't know it was like that.
Yeah, I didn't, because Parasol's a multi-hit.
Like, yeah.
Well, you have rage, but I don't know if Toad is a counter that it doesn't care what the knockback is on the move. Yeah, I don't know if it scales with knockback depending on the move, because a multi-hit of a Peach Parasol, I would imagine, is not a lot of knockback. So,
right, yeah.
So yeah, that's what I was surprised. But maybe Toad is like the multiplier isn't that relevant, or maybe there's no multiplier. I'm not too sure.
So I don't know if you guys listened to the episode last week because it was just me and Gavin, but Umeki was my dark horse to do really well at this tournament. Actually called him making top 8. Very happy about that. Was very nervous watching him play all tournament because I had made that call and he went game 5 with Zomba. Once he beat Zomba, I was like, this could be it right here. Beating Zomba, beating Sky J in a game 5, hurt in a game 3, losing to Kola game 5. That was such a good set though.
Dude. Banger.
It was a good one. And then MuteAce game 5, obviously, and then losing to Ken 1-3, which I would have loved if Umeki could have made it in as well to watch the throne, but only one qualifier can make it in. So but I was very happy with that because I called that. It was just me and Gavin on the show last week. And I said, I was like, I think I got Umeki. Umeki's been playing really well in Japan, like placing really high, like feel like he's trying really hard right now. And Gavin goes, interesting. And then we just moved on. I was like, bro, I'm telling you, like, his reaction was so funny.
He hit you with the interesting?
Dude, he did. And that's why I was like, I'm such an idiot. There's no way. I'm like, did I just say something dumb? So shout out to Umeki for making me look not that stupid. So that's
Dang, you're like super smart. What the heck?
that was like, yeah. I mean, let's be real. Anyone making top 8 at this tournament, like it's almost impossible to call who was going to make this top 8. Like again, outside of Mia and Kola, basically would have been the biggest surprise of the tournament if they didn't make top 8. But yeah,
I kind of want to pivot and talk about like some of those like 17th place, like clearly didn't meet their own standards players. I really enjoyed seeing Leo play. I actually feel like it's a step up from the last tournament I saw. Just quality player like wise, it looked a little bit more return to form, even if he did have some like questionable losses, to his standards. It was pleasant to see him play well.
Yeah,
agreed.
Yeah. My big gripe is it's like it sucks because he's trying to implement newer tech. Because I don't know if you saw Kaninabe versus Leo. But like he was doing footstool gun and it was just not connecting, and I was just like, it almost made me doubt if that was true. But then I get flashbacks of Void just footstool gunning me and like comboing into like something really dumb, and I just die. And I'm like, no, it's that's like a real thing.
Yeah.
But I think in that set, what Leo was doing, he might have been mashing the jump button. When you go for a footstool out of shield, you actually want to time 2 jump buttons. So usually you can hold buffer your first jump, and then you press a jump a second time, and then which will activate the footstool. And you want to make sure your second jump is above the enemy hurt box's head, so you get the footstool, and then go into your option, right? But if you're just spamming jump, you'll get the footstool, but then you might footstool double jump, right? And then if you footstool out of shield, double jump into gun, then it's not true anymore. And I don't think Leo got about like 3-ish, maybe like about 3 footstools, but he didn't combo any of those footstools in the gun. And the gun came out, so that's what he wanted. So I mean, just technical flubs, and I know Leo generally isn't the most technical player, but the fact that I'm seeing Leo try to go for a footstool gun in bracket is a good sign to me, because I feel like Leo before, he was so far ahead of everyone when it came to understanding the game and knowing what was good in the game, that he was just like, you know what, I can out-fundy everyone. I don't need to do this tech shit. I don't need to like do any crazy confirms, or I don't need to optimize my punish game. I can just out-fundy the shit out of people, ledge trap, edge guard, all the basic fundamental advantage states, and just beat everyone out. But now that I'm seeing Leo starting to implement technical things into his play, that tells me that Leo is trying, or at least admitting, that his fundamentals aren't good enough anymore. And he has to bring in harder punish game, or a more consistent punish game, like newer punish game outside of his general comfort bubble, like footstooling in the gun and stuff like that. So I'm glad that he's starting to branch out in terms of his technical play. And I know Leo is a grinder, and I know Leo works hard. So I know if Leo wants to get better and he implements this new stuff, we could see a very new Leo coming up in 2024, which
just in time for Genesis too. Just in time for Genesis. He's practicing for that. If we're gonna talk about people we love seeing play 17th this weekend, talk about my man Beast Mode Paul. Okay, can we talk about B?
Damn, dude.
Wait,
crazy.
BMP, bro. I'm about to go Beast Mode Has on this analysis. Okay, so we got he 3-0'd Soar, great Canadian Steve player, and then 3-1 Gluto. Wow,
crazy.
Gluto,
hard to do.
Has incredibly
that's
Marcus?
a weird one. That's a weird
Don't
one.
be a Debbie Downer.
That's just a weird one. It's just the
what, hero against Gluto, or or hero, or what, or the whole picture?
Just the menu thing.
Yeah, he can't SDI the spells, man. I don't know.
Yeah, no. Like it's not his native language. So
he speaks English.
Anyway. I mean, what does that mean? Like,
I think he knows how to read English too, if I had to assume.
I'm sure he can read it, but I'm sure it takes longer.
It's hard, yeah.
And but anyway, it's not important. I'm just
Beast Mode Paul, back to it, baby.
Let's go, Beast Mode Paul. Let's go. Woo, Beast Mode Paul.
Woo! Gluto, Andres 3-0. All right.
Yeah, not bad.
I don't think what Marcus said. Hold on, wait. Hold up a second. I'm just kidding. He got 3-0. He got 3-0 by Kola. which I thought was interesting. Also, shout out to Kola. Love seeing him back and doing well
He
again.
went Sephiroth.
But yeah, he goes
Yeah.
Sephiroth against Goblin in Florida, and it works out pretty well, actually.
Yeah, they play all the time, so that's why I was just surprised. Not necessarily that he lost a set, but that it was a 3-0, because I thought for sure like you said, he plays against Goblin all the time. So, and then he 3-0'd Siski again. And then he lost to Hurt. Wait, then he lost to Hurt 0-3.
Yeah, and Hurt couldn't even read the menu.
Yeah, there you go, Marcus. Well, I'm not going to assume anything about who can read what, but either way, Beast Mode Paul, man, been watching him at a lot of locals and playing in Florida, and it's really good to see the grind pay off. It's what I got to say. I love seeing Hero at a high level. I'm sure competitors hate playing against it, but it's funny to me. So,
did y'all see how many times? I try to be like super nice and like not say stuff that's just like what is going on. But like, did y'all see how many times Siski shot the charge shot and bounced?
Yeah. Bounce.
Like what?
He can't help himself, dude.
I mean,
it's a wide open shot. It's a wide open shot. You can't miss.
What an idiot! He's not shielding.
I guess
his shield's low.
Yeah, you kind of want to try to like. Maybe it's like one of those things where I'm just gonna try to like time it for right when bounce runs up. Like, bro.
No, dude. No.
Yeah, that's for sure what it was. Yeah, it definitely wasn't just like
is it worth the risk? Like, not just taking the 60 damage, but just like wow, everyone just watched me do that
multiple times.
Yeah, dude. On principle, I'd stop myself. Like, I wouldn't want to look like that guy. You know,
I think if it happens once, like, all right, well, I'll look the other way. Like, it's all right.
Well, that's why that matchup is bad. If you shoot charge shot into bounce, then it bounces.
Yeah, you can't do anything.
There's no counterplay.
Yeah, there's no counterplay. Yeah, well, broken. I mean, yeah, you always have to charge shot if you're playing Samus. Duh.
Or you could missile. Missile's another good choice.
Missile to the face.
Why don't you just Zaire? Why don't you just Zaire and run away? She's also very good at running away.
Yeah, she's got insane normals. There's no reason that you have to rely on the B button, even in that matchup too. Like, dude, like Samus, like her whole thing is like her individual options are like pretty strong, right? Like forwarder's kind of disjointed. Like the other areas are super fast or super strong, and then like Hero actually has a pretty similar thing, except that Hero's kind of slower and. Every single aerial and movement speed. Just scrap with them, dude. You even have a Zaire. Your dash attack is goated.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's all good.
Samus can outscrap Hero. That's a very funny thing that I never would have to think I had to compare, but yeah.
Yeah.
Just get your hands dirty.
Like, some of it might just be like the thing too about this tournament and everyone that did well is like it's such a marathon, and it wasn't just like, oh, I did well and I placed top 8. It's like you had to win other matches like in a row that might have not maybe won you a major necessarily, but gotten you to like top 3. You know what I'm saying? Like this tournament was so. I think Coach Tony tweeted about it. He's like, players who made top 8 of this tournament basically won like an A tier. Is like how they got into there. Is how insane it was.
Yeah.
Or however I want to paraphrase it. It was just like winning that many sets against players that were that stacked is just insane. Riddles had a good showing yet again. Tough day for Spargo, man. I mean, we've talked about that a couple times on the show. I hate when he doesn't perform up to his own expectations or seeding, but it happened again, and I just don't know exactly what's going on because he was so consistent for so long. I don't know if people are just catching up on the meta or what, but he lost to Ken, who he's never lost to before. So I don't know. Maybe Ty, you have some insight there. Do we call you a top player still? Is that what we do?
If you want to,
I mean, you're top 30 on the Ether rank. It came out.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
Top 30. You actually went up 2 spots, which was really
interesting. I didn't
by not attending.
You didn't even go to anything.
By not attending, dude, enormous brain.
Holy shit!
I'm so good at.
Went up in ranking and got the bag from the content.
It's too easy. It really is.
Dude, you actually farmed that event. What the fuck? You went up in ranking and you re-streamed it.
Mars just watching all of his friends fail.
Whoa, you know what it
and
is?
Streaming it and then just getting more.
Dude, because I Smash kind of beat Light and Pocket, so the stocks are going up. They had a good tournament, so I did by proxy.
Pocket had a great tournament, man. I gotta say, before we move on too far, I gotta give Pocket their flowers for sure too. The 9th at this tournament is just ridiculous. So good, man.
Super
happy to see Pocket doing well.
That's impressive. Yeah, that's really good.
It's really good. That's like
really good,
that's like top 3 at a different major, or any other like S or whatever tier.
Speaking of 9th, what, bro? How is it possible that Kola just disappeared into the void for months and was like, All right, I'm back. And
I'm a
just
day trader. Oh, JK, I'm the sickest Roy. Okay.
JK, he said he dropped Cloud too. I heard him say that.
Dude, the
which
Kola
is really
tweet
interesting.
talk with the Rob image.
Yeah,
There's
he
no
said
way.
he said he dropped Cloud, and I
Oh, yeah.
was curious
He's
if it
not
was
gonna
gonna
play
come back against Mute, but it didn't. He did not pick Cloud. No.
Yeah.
But yeah, he just came back. Dude, I was talking about this earlier. I felt so bad for DeBuzz because DeBuzz he's like, bro, I've been going crazy recently. I've been grinding, bro. I flew to Japan training.
That's exactly how he would say it.
And then Kola just comes back after a 6-month break, and he still can't beat him. That's tough.
Big stretch. Oh, right,
he
Buzzbeats.
still can't beat him. Like that is
was
tough.
one, right? He clutch game. It was game one that he won.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I was like, all right, DeBuzz.
I was like, oh, DeBuzz, you in there? The hard work is really paid off, and then he just lost, and I was like,
Cola
is
factory.
it 3-0 or 3-1?
I think it was 3-1.
3-1.
It was 3-1, and the last 8 times they played, Kola won. I mean, that was a while ago still, but like Kola has a very good set record on
against the Buzz. Yeah.
Dude,
did you guys watch Kola Alice too? That was a hot set as well.
It was pretty good.
That was fun. Yeah. Trying to think what else, dude. There were just way too many notes. Oh, I also bring it all the way back. Mia didn't drop a game until Winners Finals. Speaking of his consistency, just going through my notes, which are all out of fucking order now, obviously, as we work through this gigantic tournament. Mia didn't drop a set. Ken first Winners Finals. I covered that. What else we got? That was a big one.
Tyler, random question.
What's up, man?
All right, man. So we were talking earlier about Leo. There's actually two questions. Because this is your favorite question, because I know you've dabbled a little bit. How strong do you think Joker is?
Oh, dude. I definitely think less of him now. I mean, I think the touch of death meta and super exaggerated advantage states really just chopped Joker in half. He's just he's definitely worse. I guess I'd put him still in the top 15, top 20 area. But he's not the top 3 or top 5 that people think he was at the time. And yeah, I honestly think too that even if Leo didn't stop playing, if he just kept playing Joker the entire time, I still think that this would have been the outcome.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think he's hard too. Oh, go ahead. Sorry, you got another question.
Yeah, he is hard. That brings it to the follow-up question. What do you think his lineup should be? Everybody has an opinion on it. I'm just curious what yours.
Oh, Leo?
Mm-hmm.
I do like that. I like what his current lineup is, where he defaults Joker and then counterpicks either Aegis or Byleth. I think that's totally fine. I think it's weird that he throws Marth at Riddles.
It's been
worked that one time.
Yeah,
Dizzle.
Yeah, I remember I popped into your stream while you were watching Riddles versus Leo, and dude, I crack shoot
crack shoots
80
from ledge
times in a row.
I couldn't believe it.
I saw that and I was like, Leo's done, dude. He's cooked, dude. He's filling out the job application now. You can't let that happen to you.
Riddles has been his demon since that one summit, it feels like. I can't remember the last time he beat him besides that. Oh, except for the Ludwig Marth thing, obviously. Yeah. And I think that's the only reason he's doing the Marth thing. Oh, worked that one time. Just Hail Mary, send Marth. I don't know what else to do.
He tried to apply the Marth in other matchups too, where he played Kurama. And that shit did not work either.
Yeah, and then he went Lucina, and what happened to Corrin, man?
Yeah, Corrin stocks are still on the rise. Yeah,
they're still going. Didn't Shattuck have a pretty good tournament this weekend?
Close set with Light, if I remember. Didn't.
I don't think he went crazy.
Yeah, it was game 5 against Light.
It was.
Yeah.
Nao,
because he almost reversed 3-0'd him. He almost reversed 3-0'd him.
It was. I think Shattuck had a pretty tough bracket this tournament. Some hard Corrin matchups.
Yeah, that'll happen, dude. You know who had a great bracket? Beating the allegations of being a one-trick pony. Skinny the Pooh, the GOAT. Beating Peanut.
For him, Shuton. I forgot Shuton was there.
He beat Shuton 3-2. One of the most consistent Japanese players ever, dude.
And then Tarek beat Shuton in losers.
Tarek, yeah. Dude,
good.
Tarek had a good
set.
We were saying that about when we were talking about the Watch the Throne qualifier with Tarek, is just, dude, he's been on the grind, all over EU, all over NA, just any tournaments, just going every weekend. I'm like, what's this random ass tournament in Texas? Oh, Tarek's there? Okay, I'll tune in. Sounds good. And then watch Tarek play. And it's been a lot of fun because I still like watching Greninja a whole bunch. I feel like I haven't seen him go Kazuya almost at all since I started watching him do his world tour here. So I'm happy he qualified. He's, again, someone who really deserves it based on how much he's been playing. And working hard. But back to Skinny, very happy for him because it's so tough to get one good result, and then at the next major, it's so easy to just flop and shit the bed and not do anything. But beating Leo one tournament and Shootout in the next tournament, Skinny's the goat, man. Give it up, yeah. And Peanut too. That could be a hard victory for sure.
I watched what happened to Kurama versus Peanut. I know that's not an easy matchup.
Sure. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So shout out to Skinny, man. That's a really, really impressive back-to-back tournament streak, beating the Skinny the Who allegation. So.
Skinny the Who allegation.
I tweeted that. Everyone got really mad at me, so I gotta correct my wrongs. Another plumber doing really well. Kirash, by the way. Luigi.
Who did he beat? It was someone good.
Zamba.
Oh, that feels bad.
Yeah. Because I saw Zamba lose to Umeki, and I was like, oh, Zamba has to play Kirash. That should be good. Turns out it didn't work out for Zamba.
Damn.
Another tough round matchup.
Huh?
Zamba got like 33rd, right?
Yeah,
tough round matchup.
Yeah.
What the heck? No uh-ohs there, dude. I've been there. It hurts. hey, you know what, Zamba? It only goes down from here. That's all I gotta tell you.
No, you got a top 8 of Smash Con. What you mean?
Yeah, you get like one top 8 a year, maybe 2.
It goes down. It goes over here. It goes over here.
Okay, wait. Let's
Dude,
actually.
You know what's funny? Ty is a random. Sorry, Charles. Random porn bot on Twitter liked the tweet from Summit where me, Phil, and Charles were all doing the 33rd pose, and you were angry, and it came on my feed recently. I was very happy about that.
God damn it!
Random happening. Yep. It's like totally forgot this happened. Hilarious moment at that summit. Either way, sorry. Go ahead, Charles.
I was gonna say the tournaments you did top 8 this year are very impressive. Genesis and SmashCon, right? Those are probably the two.
Genesis
you made top 8 at Genesis?
Wait, no. I got 9th.
Oh, you got 9th.
I lost in Gluto. I went Lilac.
The year before, yeah.
Oh, okay, almost.
But you did get that cool clip on Buzz, so that ruled.
I did, so I basically won the tournament.
You're up there, yeah.
Damn, my wins go hard.
SmashCon's still really good though.
Your wins do go hard.
What's your what?
I was gonna say, what's your next tournament, or do you not know? Is it just Genesis?
No, I'm not going to Genesis actually.
This guy actually is a content creator. Are you stopped by Watch the Throne?
He said, I'm watching Genesis.
He's streaming Genesis, restreaming.
Hopefully, yeah. What'd you say? Going to Watch the Throne?
Are you coming to Watch the Throne? Yeah.
No.
Oh. All right, thanks for supporting the event, man. We've been working really hard on it. Really
yeah, no problem, man. Yeah, you got a retweet or 2 out of me. So. I'll take
honestly, I'll take from you. I'll take that. Honestly, from you or Gavin, I would definitely take that. Big sweet. My man Show had a good tournament too. I feel like we've been talking about Show more and more.
Top 32, yeah.
He got 20. Yeah, he got 25th. He lost to Gluto, but he beat Skinny on a hot streak, and he beat Cosmos too, which means Cosmos owes EE like 40 grand or some shit. I don't remember.
They definitely just called that shit off. I don't think EE would.
Oh, that was an EE publicity stunt. Come on.
Yeah.
Charles just laughs. He just says nothing. That's all I needed to hear.
I know nothing.
It was definitely wasn't it like $100 at first, which I think Phil definitely would have took, and then it was a pity.
He tried to.
Oh, he tried to. Yeah, he definitely
tried to. Yeah, but Cosmos like a true gambling addict, doubled down super hard 7 times. He's like, as your friend, this is good
Cosmos,
content,
man. Get it together, dude.
I know, man. I know. I do honestly feel like at some point he'll pop off again.
Dude, you know what tilts me the most about Cosmos' performance right now?
Okay.
It's that I look on Twitter at the end of every tournament, and every time he's like, "Ah, man, I'll get him next time." It's like, dude, how many next times do you got in you? At what point do we actually reflect and learn from our actions?
You technically have infinite next times, you know?
No.
You can just keep going. Who's gonna stop you?
The bank.
I don't know.
It's not sponsored. Oh, wait,
they might be further apart, but they are infinite. Question. So I think Luis had an awesome day one yet again, winning doubles and winning squat strike. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he did both.
Oh, money.
Did he win squat strike?
Yeah, I think he did. He called himself
Side Event Andy.
Side Event Andy. How does Luis push through and do well on the Saturday and Sunday that really matter?
He needs to fucking take a deep breath and stop being such a coward. He's got such a fragile mentality when it comes to singles, and I don't understand why.
We all think he's godlike, right? Like we all agree he's a really sick player.
Yeah.
You think it's mental, Mars?
Yeah, I think so. I think he had that like small period of time in like the early post COVID era where he was doing extremely well and he like gained like this kind of confidence, and then like maybe he got upset or something, and then like the fear of losing kind of like entered his mind, and like, oh, I might be washed, I might lose to this player, they're gonna feel good about it. It's just like this cycle of just feeling awful about like losing and being scared of losing. You play tilted, you're not at 100%. It looks like Luis's results right now.
I think what's really interesting is how good he is with so many different characters. Chase is the same way. Like, they're really good with infinite characters, and then bracket comes and they just pick Palutena when they could just pick one of their counter pick matchups. I'm not
Palutena is
sure.
really good.
Chase
man.
has been doing that more though.
Palutena's really good, but like you could just counter pick. Like,
That's what people tell me to do, man.
You got characters too, for sure.
You do, and then you just pick Zero Suit.
Dude, because winning with Zero Suit feels so good.
Maybe that's what it is for them. Maybe
how does losing with Zero Suit feel?
Yeah.
I'm over it, dude. I've taken my lumps, dude. It's fine now.
Oh, I don't believe that. I'll be honest with you. I don't believe you.
I get upset for like 20 minutes, not even like 2 minutes, and I'm just like, it'd be like that. Dude, speaking of, sorry, can I keep going?
Of course.
I really want to play against these new top players. That's kind of like at these brackets that I do really well against. I have like someone in mind that I really want to play, and then I perform really well. So I want to play like Mia. I want to play a Kola again because he kind of toasted me the last time we played. But I think I'd at least put up a lot better of a fight. And then there's someone else. I mean, I'd like to fight like any of the Japanese players at this point.
Yeah, I really want to see you versus Kaninabe. Like, I think that would be so interesting.
Of course.
Yeah,
you versus
I'd love
Pat.
to.
First time I saw it, that was scary.
That was really bad. I played quite awful, but
yeah. And
I don't think I would have that same stress going into it.
You versus Hurt would be fire too.
No, it wouldn't.
That would be clean, but
no, it would not be entertaining.
It would not be.
And it would just be a. It just wouldn't.
In order to play these players, you got to go to tournaments, right?
Yeah, I know. That's the hard part.
You're not trying to go to Japan, bro?
Ooh.
No. If I go to Japan, I don't want to go to a Smash tournament. So.
You can do a little bit of both. Is how
you
I
can
feel.
definitely do both, and tournaments can be the least amount of your schedule.
Yeah,
I don't know, man.
Let's go to a single one. Like,
hey, dude, I've been to a local, dude. I've been to a tournament. Those take so long. I just sit there when I could be doing anything else.
They're not fast events, yeah. That's for sure. All right, I think we pretty sufficiently covered as much of Port as we can. Jeez, you want to do one last around the horn about Port, and then we'll close it up. Starting with Tyler. We'll let our guest go first. Any last call outs from Port that we didn't cover?
All
No.
right.
Always great having you on the show, Marcus.
I'll take two because Tyler.
Oh, I like it. Double dip.
I'll pass.
First one is I hope that Akola's mental recovers. I know that bro's tag was miserable. Like, I just think it's really tough when you're like a little kid and then your goal is like your dream is to be I'm gonna be the best and like people it's gonna be so exciting, and then you become the best and then nobody likes you and everybody's like, well, not nobody, but people are like blasting you and stuff, and it's like, oh no, the dream that I envisioned, like I worked hard to make this my goal, and then the dream that I envisioned didn't actually pan out to be the way that I thought it was going to be, and now I kind of hate this and this sucks. So I hope he still got third this weekend, which is crazy, but I don't know, I hope things go better for him. And then my other one is if your friend beats somebody and they're popping off, please don't walk in front of the person that they beat. Like,
oh yeah.
Just like you could have walked around, bro. You could have waited
1 second.
You could have waited like that. But anyway,
people have no respect for the person who lost a set 9 times out of 10.
To be honest, I didn't really think that didn't bother me too much. I'll be honest with you. Like, yeah, I don't think they should have done that, but
yeah, it bothers me because I know how I would feel if that happened to me, like as a competitor, like sure. and that deep into a tournament. If that happened, I would just be like, bro, what? Like, I don't know. Yeah.
Just annoying.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it's not like that big of a deal. It's just like,
so you clearly have no consideration.
Yes, yeah, exactly. Yep. See ya, Chuck.
Wait, I got one now.
Ooh. Oh, okay. Back to
Shoutouts to AK. He went game 5, both the sets he lost, and he played really fucking well. And he almost beat Kola, and he almost beat whoever he lost to in loser. Oh, Mute.
They always go game 5.
Dude, he lost to 3rd place and 7th place to get like 17th or something, or 13th, whatever. Just not top 8. Unfortunate.
Charles?
That's me.
I'm trying to look up. Aha! All right. So shoutouts to Bayo outplacing Ryu. Asimo got 17th and Lima got 13th.
Asimo had to play Gavin. That's not fair.
Let's go.
Yep. Bracket. It is what it is.
Fair for
Hey,
Asimo.
Lima had to play against her. I don't want to hear it. Lima had to play a really
That is
fucked up
true.
match.
W point, Charles. I'll give it up. Yeah.
Yes. And
Thanks.
I mean,
he had to play Asimo lost to fucking Kola Tweek. That sucks, dude. That sucks, dude.
That does suck.
That's my goat, though. I love Asimo, bro.
So it looks like Bayo wins again.
Yeah, I like that. I hate that you just did that, but I love that. The one I'd give it up to, and probably the thing I was most impressed with this weekend, not to bring him up for like the 1,000th time, but I'm sure everyone's been talking about, is Kaninabe's posture in his clutch factor. A couple really, really tight game 5s with Leo and Gavin, and he was able to take them against seasoned veterans who have been there 1,000 times, and he looked very sharp and very ready for it. I was ready for him to fold at any moment, just cause, like he's young Fox player, right? Ready to just up smash or back air or do something stupid. And he just didn't. The last hit against Gavin lasted so long, and I know that because my heart was like jumping out of its chest.
It was crazy,
insane. One of the most insane last hit scenarios I've ever seen in Smash. So shout out to him for the composure he had. And he had it against Paris too.
I thought that was going to be a 3-0 and a handshake. The way the first 2 games went.
Oh, totally. Oh yeah.
Gavin.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like it's crazy.
Yeah.
No, he needs a Fox counter pick.
Yeah, Gavin loves. Yeah. That's there's 2 of them now, and that's the other thing. Shoutouts to Peach and Fox being broken, and now there's 2 representatives getting top 8 at the and Sonic. But I think Sonic mains were never like, we're not that broken. Sonic mains, they took the easy approach. They know they're broken. You know what I'm saying? They always knew. But Fox mains and Peach mains, there's only light. There's only MuteAce. Surprise.
Shout out to Jackal's tweet. That was a very funny tweet.
Yeah.
No more of that. What did he say?
Is pretty much what you're saying.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
W. Maybe that's why
Fox players can't be like, it's only light doing it anymore.
Yeah.
To be fair, I've been saying since we started the podcast that Fox is broken. But now I might be more on the side that Fox is better than Wolf.
I've heard you say Fox sucks more than he's broken, though.
When I'm talking seriously about Fox, I always say he is a very broken character. And what do you call that? I'm pretty sure it was just right after quarantine or even during quarantine, after the changes, I was like, yeah, this character. The only thing I wasn't too sure about was if he was solo viable, because I don't know. Like Game & Watch is pretty tough, and like he has some -2s, but it feels like every single one of his -2s he can still win. So that means they're either not -2 or Fox's win conditions are so consistent that you can always like try to find an opening to get the KO or to overcome some kind of weakness. But I think at this point of the game, it's very clear that Fox is solo viable, and that I think it's just funny because my opinion on the spacies have flipped in a sense where in the beginning of Ultimate, I was like, Fox is the hard to execute, but Wolf is the simple one. So that's why Wolf is so good. But now I actually think the opposite. I think Wolf is the complicated spacey and Fox is the simple spacey. Like the game plan for Fox is to like line up tech chases. If you get tech chase on platform, you get up air. If you tech chase on the ground, you go for like sour dash stacks or dash stacks, right? It's actually pretty simple. You just have to play really fast. But Wolf is like, if I want to optimize Wolf, I have to get these like frame 1 to 2, frame 1, frame 2 links of these combos and like super omega optimize, and I have to get every single thing right. Wolf is the technical one, like which is just ironic. But yeah, Wolf is the
gave it up.
Space. Yeah.
All right.
And Falco's the most technical. I'm just kidding.
He's
doing Falco combos. Look at him. He's back.
Marcus always be falling asleep.
Hey man,
it's all good. I think that just about does it for Port, which is ridiculous. What an incredible tournament. Shouts to the staff, everyone who made the tournament possible. Shoutouts again to Sonix. I feel like we haven't mentioned him in about an hour, so shoutouts to him yet again. Mia, Kola, all the same, man. So we're going to wrap up this year in Ultimate with Watch the Throne and then get right into Genesis season. So I'm looking forward to closing out the year strong with a small player pool and an invitational style tournament. And then obviously Genesis right after that. So I'm super excited. Ty, thanks for coming on, man. Stick around. We're going to have some bonus content coming up for y'all on the Patreon. Make sure you check it out. And if you want to go buy some merch for the Watch the Throne shop and support that tournament, there's a Tweek Talks incentive to do a tier list episode. So, all right. We'll be seeing you.
See you.
Peace.